Today we are going to start the budget game. This is the first part in creating a budget, is figuring out how much you're going to bring home. Go ahead and start by adding in Google Classroom, adding on a Google Sheets project to the budget assignment. I already have one here created. Yours should already be named. I'm going to go ahead and name mine Baxter Budget. And I'm going to go ahead and give mine Spring 2017. I'm modeling mine after the instruction sheet. The first line is gross pay. The second line is less health insurance. Less 401k. And the next one is adjusted gross pay. I'm going to go ahead and widen column A. If you notice, I go ahead and put my cursor between the columns A and B and I get the two arrows, and I'm just left clicking and dragging to make column A wider. I'm going to go ahead and go down this left column here and put in my taxes. Federal withholding, Social Security, which is FICA, Medicare, Iowa withholding, that would be state of Iowa taxes. I'm going to make a total taxes line. And then I'm going to put net pay. Each one of you will have a different amount of pay. I'm going to go ahead in column C and put in my hourly rate. My hourly rate is $10. I'm going to go ahead and make column B the dollar sign, the currency. In our instructions, it says that we need to calculate our home pay for 1 month or 4 weeks. We are going to assume we are working full-time, which is 40 hours per week. So let's go ahead and fill out our gross pay using a formula. So remember, every formula starts with an equal sign. So equal. So we're going to equal this dollar amount. So we're going to click on C2 times, which is the shift 8. We make 40 hours per week, or we work 40 hours per week, and then times 4 weeks per month, and then press enter. Remember, yours will be different than mine because your amount will be specific to your budget activity. Health insurance, everybody's going to pay $90 for health insurance for a single rate. 401k, it's going to be 3%. So we're going to put the percentage over in column C. 3% is the same as decimal point 0.03. Enter. Oops, no, I put it in the right column. Okay, go back to column B and we are going to do another formula, equal, and we're going to take gross pay, so we're going to click on B2, times, which is shift 8, the percentage, which is C5, and enter. All right, now we're going to figure adjusted gross pay. Adjusted gross pay is gross pay minus health insurance minus 401k. So we are going to do an equal sign again for your formula. Take your gross pay minus health insurance minus 401k. And then press enter when you have your formula done. Let's go ahead and get our percentages in for our taxes. Federal withholding, we're just estimating here at a pretty low tax rate. We're going to use 13.6, which, remember, when you switch from a percentage to a decimal point, you move your decimal point 2 to the left. So this is going to be decimal point 136. Social Security is 6.2%. Moving the decimal point 2 to the left is going to be decimal point 062. Medicare is 1.45, and so that's going to be a decimal point 0.145. And then Iowa withholding is 4.4%. Again, move the decimal point 2 to the left. It's going to be decimal point 0.44. You have to pay attention to the instructions here because some taxes are, you have to use your gross pay, and some taxes you have to use your adjusted gross pay. Okay, so let's look at federal withholding. Federal withholding, we're going to use our adjusted gross pay because that is taxed after health insurance and 401k comes out. So we're going to do an equal sign for our formula, use our adjusted gross pay, which is B5, then times, which is shift 8, and our percentage in column C. For Social Security, if we look on our instructions, that is gross pay. So we're going to use the equal sign, gross pay times your interest rate, or not interest rate, but your percentage. Medicare is gross pay times, which is shift 8, your percentage. And then for Iowa withholding, it's adjusted gross pay. So it's going to be equal adjusted gross pay times, or shift 8, times the percent. All right, now total taxes. We're going to take these taxes and add them all together. The easiest way to add a stack of things together is to use your sum function. If you go up under more, there's a funky looking E, which is the Greek, I believe it's sigma. If you pull that arrow down, you've got the sum function. Click on sum, and then you're going to highlight, left click and highlight the things that you want added. And then enter. So I've got all of those added. And finally, for net pay, we're going to take our adjusted gross pay minus total taxes. So it's going to be equal adjusted gross pay minus total taxes. And then you have your net pay for all 4 weeks or for the entire month.